We are making spicy chili crunch, and to quote another famous condiment, I put this on everything. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video. I'm going to show you something to put this on. I guarantee you never thought of. And this stuff takes a little bit of prep work to make, but I guarantee you in the end, it's all worth it. So I'm going to start with a little bit of peanuts to get that crunch in this spicy chili crunch. Got some sesame seeds and a couple of cinnamon sticks for aromatics, and we're going to toast all these spices up, bring out those flavors. Take those peanuts, put them in a Ziploc bag, want to crush them up a little bit, have them into smaller pieces, just pop that in the pan. Make sure the pan's on low heat because we don't want to burn this. Some sesame seeds, about a quarter cup. There's really no recipe for this, it's whatever you like. A couple of cinnamon sticks, toast those up, low heat, make sure we don't burn it, just let them nicely brown. And there are versions of this spicy chili crunch you could get in the grocery stores, but it's not the same as making it at home. Now I got some shallots, some garlic, and some ginger. I'm going to cut off about a thumb-sized piece of this fresh ginger and just take the skin off. You could use your knife like I'm doing here. You could use the back of a spoon, a butter knife, but I'm just going to go along right here, going down, exposing the flesh of the ginger, and keep all these pieces. I like to steep them in tea. It adds a nice flavor. Now that we have the flesh of our ginger exposed, cut them into planks and then into sticks, and then just dice it up, and that's our ginger ready to go. These three ingredients are the most labor-intensive ingredients in the whole recipe. I'm going to grab my mandolin and just shave down the shallots. Be very careful with this thing. You don't want to cut yourself on the mandolin. You could use a knife if you don't feel comfortable, but just don't be a hero. Don't go all the way down to the end of the shallot and the garlic. But this will give you nice even slices. This way everything cooks evenly and browns nicely. Just be aware of where your fingers are and you'll be fine. Do the same thing with the garlic and then this will be ready to go. Now that our shallots, garlic, and ginger are ready, hardest part of the recipe is over. And now we can continue. I have some pasilla chilies here left over from a mole I made. I'm going to cut this up. I took some of the seeds out, put this in a blender. It's going to add a nice fruity flavor to the spicy chili crisp. Then I have some Szechuan chilies. These are dried. They're not too hot, medium spiciness. I'm going to add about half a cup's worth after these are ground up to the recipe. Put that in the blender, grind it up. If you have a spice grinder, you could use that as well. You could also use a knife if you want bigger chunks of the chilies into this spicy chili crisp recipe, and the smell is fantastic. Now that I have half a cup's worth of ground chilies, I'm going to add a touch of ground clove to this, Aleppo pepper to bump up the heat and flavor a little bit, a couple of tablespoons worth of that, some American red chili flakes as well, and I'm going to bring back the toasted spices, the sesame seeds, peanuts, and cinnamon stick, and add that to a standard mason jar. And that's what this recipe is going to sit in. Everything's going to go into this mason jar. You could divide this into 2 mason jars as well. Actually, I'm going to divide this into 2 mason jars. All the chilies are in, tablespoon of sugar, tablespoon of white miso, tablespoon of salt, that'll help preserve everything, and then a touch of MSG. Don't be afraid of MSG, a little bit's not going to hurt you, but a little bit is going to go a long way. About half a teaspoon of that, some Bachan's hot and spicy Japanese barbecue sauce. You could use soy sauce, but this is such a nice flavor. I love this stuff. A little bit of fresh cracked pepper as well, about a teaspoon of that, and that's all our spices ready to go. And that's the beauty of making this on your own. You can mix and match any flavors you like to make it just the way you like it. And now we're going to fry up these shallots, garlic, and ginger. I'm using avocado oil. You really need to use a neutral tasting oil, and I like the avocado oil because it's good for your body. I want to get the temperature not too hot. I'm going to put it in about 260. Start adding my shallots because it's really important. You don't want to burn these. If you burn these and add it in, it's just going to have a terrible flavor to the whole condiment. So make sure you slowly bring it up and just let that slowly brown up. You want to be patient with this. After about 6 or 7 minutes, you're going to see the shallots start to brown along the edges. This is when you really want to watch it because it will go from brown to burnt very quickly. Keep them moving and just watch the color on it. After you take them out, they're going to continue to color as well. So you want to take them out when they're just starting to brown. This looks perfect. I'm going to take these out, add them to the colander, and let the excess oil drain off. The garlic and ginger won't take as long to fry as the shallots, That's why we did them separately. So now we'll add the garlic and the ginger together. They won't take as long. Same thing, let them get golden brown. We'll take them out, add them in with the shallots. And now we're just about ready to put this together. And this is going to give us our crunch along with our peanuts. And just add this with all our spices right into the mason jar and take that hot avocado oil and pour it right over the top. And just let this combine, let this sit, let all these come together. Let it sit overnight before you use it. Let those flavors really develop. And that's perfect spicy chili crunch. I'll show you a few things to put this on. Grab a nonstick pan, fry up an egg. I love it on eggs. It's really good on pizza and tacos. I had it as well. But eggs, it's really good. Just fry that up, put it over the top with that runny yolk. The spicy chili crunch really goes well with eggs. And now for something I bet you did not expect. Ice cream. Vanilla ice cream. This stuff tastes so good on it. I told Vera about this. She looked at me like I had 3 heads. But once she tried it, she loved it. The spicy chili crunch goes really well with the texture and sweetness of the ice cream. You really got to try it. I promise you, you will like this. This stuff will last in the fridge for literally months, but if you use it often, you could just leave it out on the counter. Just make this spicy chili crunch. I promise you won't regret it.